Let me start the recording, guys. Okay, I have started the recording. Okay, so what we're gonna learn today, that is, first thing is, what are the steps involved in execution of a Java program. Okay, and to know that, we will first see what is Eclipse. Eclipse is an IDE, okay, that is integrated development environment. What are the uses of Eclipse? We will definitely see. Okay, as of now, don't worry. So let me not use this. Okay, so first of all, I have already downloaded Eclipse on my computer. Okay, so I have Eclipse here. Okay, and one more thing, guys, as we discussed earlier, okay, when you go for Eclipse download, okay, on the Google, when you type Eclipse download, and when you go to this first option, okay, so the latest version is Neon, guys. Okay, and we discussing that not to install this direct download. If you download this directly, you will get an executable file, and then you have to install that, and it will go and sit in your add or remove programs. Okay, it will go and sit on your add or remove program. Somewhere you will see Eclipse here. Okay, Eclipse here, like how the Java is there. In the same way, Eclipse will be over here. I don't want you guys to do that. Instead, okay, so what I'm trying to say is, just a minute, guys. Okay, so this particular button, okay, the download button, do not click on this, because it will give you .exe file. Okay, I'm not saying it is bad, but I feel the other way is comfortable. Okay, the second way is by clicking on this download packages. Okay, when you click on this download packages, you will see all these options, like Eclipse IDE for Java developers, Eclipse IDE for Java developers, Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. What is the difference between these two? We will definitely see, guys. Okay, in a while we will definitely see. Okay, so and I also told you yesterday that you have to download this particular Eclipse, that is Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm going ahead.
Vishal,
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
I'm using a Spring tool suite. Is that okay with this? Is there any difference with this?
Absolutely no problem. Okay, Spring
Okay,
tool suite,
okay,
absolutely no problem. Okay, so I
okay.
said STS is nothing but the Spring
Oh,
tool suite. Okay,
okay, okay, fine, fine, fine.
yeah. So but one thing I wanted to confirm, if at all you are using the Spring suite tool suite, no, no problem. Okay, we will see. Okay, what might be the change. Okay, that is the only thing. Okay, but there should not be any issues as such. Okay,
Okay, okay, fine.
yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, so this is my, so I'm saying, go with this. Why to go with this? I'll tell you in a while. Okay, but absolutely no problem if you download this Eclipse IDE for Java developers also. Okay, absolutely no problem, guys. Okay, so when you download these, okay, so you will download depending on your computer operating system. If it is 32-bit, you will download this. If it is 64-bit, you will download this. Okay, and before that we have seen, we have to install JDK. Okay, now now see, I have downloaded this like this. If you can see, I have downloaded like this. Okay, let me just extract it. I already extracted it as well. Okay, So let me give some other name, okay, because I already have had extracted with the same name. Okay, in the meantime let it get extracted. Okay, so let's not do anything, we'll allow it to get extracted. Okay, so this is how you will download what is that, Eclipse. Now what is the difference between these two guys? Okay, this one and this one. Okay, not any big difference. If at all you are a pure Selenium developer, okay, pure Selenium developer, then this Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers will give you something extra which you don't need. Okay, but Eclipse IDE for Java developers, it will give you everything. This one, if you download this Eclipse IDE for Java developers, it will give you everything that is needed for core Java project. Okay, core Java project. Okay, and that is what core Java is, what we will be using in our Selenium script, guys. Okay, or somewhere sometimes the JavaScript, very rarely. Okay, and what this one will give us is Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. It will give us everything that is needed for core Java project plus everything that is needed for J2EE. When I say J2EE, I don't know whether you guys heard of it or not. Servlets, JSP. Okay, to develop a web application or something like that, or JSF. Okay, to whatever that is needed for web application, that will also be included in this Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. But when you are downloading Eclipse IDE for Java developers, you will get everything that is needed for core Java project. Okay, so nothing big difference, and we will be using core Java alone. This is like whatever I am saying, no, everything that is needed for J2EE and servlets. J2EE and servlets is nothing but the technology that is used for developing the web application, guys. Okay, using Java. And as a Selenium tester, we will not be developing the web application. Okay, so we don't need this actually. But just to, there is, see, when you are already getting this Eclipse IDE for Java developers, so it is, if you download this Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers, it's as good as you having this Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Okay, plus this. Okay, so that's the reason I'll always prefer you guys to go with Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. Even though this part, the second part, you guys won't be doing anything, but let it be there, absolutely no problem. And even if you don't have it, that's not a problem. Okay, so it got extracted, guys. Okay, and I believe both of you know, when you open the Eclipse for the first time, okay, first time ever, it will give us some pop-up. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it is telling me to set the workspace, guys. Okay, workspace, and by default it will go to your user folder and create a workspace. Okay, by default that is what it does it. So this, so you can always click OK, or else you want to create a workspace at the particular location. For example, you don't want it to be in your user folder, but you want it to be in your, say, some other location. Okay, say this is the workspace. Okay, okay, dude is the workspace. Okay, so if you copy this, just to create a folder and give this. Okay, now the dude is empty. Okay, the folder is completely empty. Now if you say, see, there will be something called as metadata file will be generated. Okay, and you need not know about this metadata file. Eclipse IDE is using internally this something stored in the metadata. Okay, and it's up to the Eclipse IDE. Okay, we need not be worried about it, but we should be worried about something else, guys. Okay, that is what we'll be seeing now. Okay, one minute, guys. So let's wait till, and if you, this is the beauty of zip version, guys. Okay, see, there is nothing like a program install which will consume more memory. Okay, it will be consuming memory only when it is opened. When we close it, it's as if it is not there on your computer. But if at all you had downloaded this exe file, okay, directly this download, that is download 64-bit, then it goes and sits in your add or remove programs, guys. Okay, and it will always be consuming some memory. Okay, so that is the thing, and this is the cleanest approach, guys. Go to packages and download this. All these are zip versions, guys. Okay, so download the zip version of Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers depending on your operating system. If the operating system is 32-bit, download 32-bit. If not, 64-bit. Okay, and I think I had already. This is how you will gonna see the operating system. Okay, so mine is, I mean, you guys must be knowing, mine is 64-bit operating system. Okay, and the processor architecture doesn't matter, I believe. Okay, that's my processor is x64 based processor. Okay, this doesn't matter. This is most important. Is it a 60-bit 4-bit operating system or not? Okay, that's it, guys. So okay, now we have downloaded the zip version. When we opened it, it asked us for the uh, what is this, workspace. Okay, what is workspace, we're gonna see in a while, guys. Okay, and I just created one folder and I gave this particular folder as the workspace, guys. Okay, now you'll first time you'll see this. Okay, you can just click on this X button here. Okay, just to close this. Okay, okay, this is it. Now it's completely empty. Now if you want to drag and drop these things, okay, this is what normally they will do in the industry. Okay, they will keep everything side by side. Okay, so drag and drop, just to drag it and drop it right next to some snippets. Okay, task list, drag and drop it into the snippets. Okay, perfect, guys. Okay, now see, only metadata, remote system temp files, only these two folders are there in the workspace and nothing else, and these two folders will be used by the Eclipse for its own purpose. Okay, and we don't know why it is using, but we should be concentrating on something else, guys. Okay, what is that something else? That is, now we have to write some Java program, guys. Okay, Java programs. How will we write Java program? Okay, so you have to go to file, new, and others, and you have to create first the project. Okay, project, and the project name I'll give you, say demo Java. Okay, project name should start with the uppercase. Okay, and you can select what you want to use here. Okay, maybe Java SC developer, or else uh, whatever is there in your workspace folder. Okay, that you can say, because I have JDK 1.8 update 121, so I can download it, and if at all I have more than one, all those things will be listed here. Okay, so I'm using Java 1.8.121 and just clicking on finish. Okay, once I click on finish, okay, see demo Java got created here. Okay, so we will discuss what is this now, and it will always tell you what is perspective and all. Okay, so I'll tell you what is perspective. As of now, don't worry, just say yes on this, and boom, you're done. Okay, now this is our project name, and this is something called as src folder, and this is something called as system libraries, guys. Okay, so we will be seeing what are these things. Okay, so let me just arrange it for Java perspective. Okay, let me arrange it. Okay, now let me show you something else as well. Okay, this is called as package explorer, guys. Okay, package explorer in Eclipse. Okay, now there is something else. Okay, just a minute. Show you, there is something called as navigator, guys. If you go to navigator, okay, it will show you more of the exactly how your project is assembled inside on your workspace. Okay, so what it is telling, there is a folder called demo Java. In that there is something called as that dot settings in, and also there is bin source class path and dot project. Okay, so if you go in here inside the workspace, if you go to demo Java, same thing is there. There is something called settings, bin, source, class path and dot project. Okay, as of now, don't be concentrating on these three things, guys. Okay, concentrate on bin and src folder. Okay, now see, this is how your project looks. Okay, now let me go back to the package explorer. Now I will create one Java class. Okay, and I want to print. I'm not creating any package, guys. I'm not creating any package. And what are packages, I have not told you. I have not discussed anything about the package, and I'm not gonna tell you what is class also. Okay, now what is class also I won't be telling you. I just want you to guys concentrate on how a Java program is executed. Okay, how to execute a Java program. Now I'm writing example one and clicking on something. Okay, and I will say, I don't worry what is this code. Okay, some of you might already know this code. Okay, but don't worry, that is not the intention here today. Okay, hello. Okay, intention is not to teach you anything related to these things. Okay, what is this public, what is this static, what is, no, not that is not the intention. Intention is to show you what is the execution and what is compilation. Okay, now whatever you have written example1.java, it goes and sits inside your src folder, guys. See, src folder has example1.java. So src folder is called as, okay, is also known as the source. Okay, that's the reason, this is the short form for src. Then what is this bin, guys? Okay, bin also has the same thing. See here, src folder has example.java, example1.java, but bin folder has example1.class. Okay, see. Okay, so any idea, guys, what is the difference between bin folder and the src folder, if at all you have read already? Any idea? No? Okay. See, this is like kind of, this will give you more confidence. Okay, like if you know the behind the scene, okay, then it will give you the more confidence. That's the reason I'm giving you all these details, because both Meeta and Srinath are working, and I want you guys to go with at least 2 years of experience in Selenium. Okay, so that is the idea. So that is the reason I'm also teaching you what happens behind the scene, not just what how to do. Okay, like why to do that, that is also I will try to tell you guys. Okay, now source folder, we said src folder is nothing but the source folder. The bin folder is nothing but, this is the compiled file, guys. Okay, compiled file. Okay, so in Java everything happens in two steps. Okay, execution happens in two steps. That is, first is compilation, and then execution. Okay, so your bin folder, this one, whatever you are seeing, example1.class, it is nothing but the compiled version of your source file. The source file is src, and the bin file, bin inside that bin example1.class, that is the compiled version, guys. Okay, now you need to know this. Okay, who is doing this compilation? Eclipse is doing the compilation for you guys. Okay, now how to run this? I'll do a right click on this and run as Java application. So it's hi hello is printed. Okay, now this is what you guys understood. Bin folder will have the compiled version, and source folder will have actually the source file. Okay, now how to compile it manually, guys? Okay, say I have this particular file here. Okay, example1.java. Any one of you, Meeta or Srinath, any one of you know how to compile without using Eclipse?
Uh, we can use command prompt, right?
Yes, command prompt. Yes, that's right. Okay,
Like
so
using Java
mhm,
C in the
right,
file name and the location.
absolutely right. Okay, so see, this is my now source folder. Okay, that is example1. Okay, and I'm just writing the same thing now. CMD. So right now I'm in C drive. Okay, but I want to go to F drive. So I'll do F colon. Okay, now, and in F drive I have this example1.java. Correct. Just a minute, guys. There is some kind of disturbance. 1 minute. Okay, fine. I'm in F drive. Okay, and if I say Java C space example one dot Java. Okay, hopefully it should compile. Okay, perfect. See, it compiled this class file, compiled this source file, that is example1.java, and it created something called as dot class file, guys. Okay, now this is your source code, and if you open this, this is your class file. Okay, dot class file. We cannot read this class file, okay, directly. Okay, there are ways, but as of now, remember, we cannot read this class file. Okay, now how to execute this? Okay, see, I'll show you the compilation one more time. I'll remove this class file. Okay, if I enter this command, there will one more file will be created somewhere here, okay, saying that example1 dot class. Okay, see example1 dot class. Now if I want to execute this, okay, so the compilation is done boss. Okay, the compilation is done. So here to here, this process is called compilation. Okay, that is done. Now the execution. For execution, what you have to do? Execution, you have to give the location of this class file, that is example1 dot class. Okay, so what you will do, probably java space example1, and you need not give dot class in while executing. Okay, you should not give the dot class. If you press enter, it will say hi hello, so it got executed. Okay, this is the manual this one, and you guys won't be doing it manually, guys. Okay, you when you join any bigger organization, you won't be doing all these things manually, but I wanted you guys to have know how it is done manually. Okay, because Eclipse does it for you. Eclipse does the compilation for you. Okay, and Eclipse does, as and when you type, it does the compilation. For example, let me show you little difference here. Now say I'll delete this dot class file. Okay, I will do some mistake here. I will not put this semicolon. Okay, if at all you are using plain notepad, it is like whatever you type, it will take it. It will not do the compilation when you are typing, okay, whatever I have removed this semicolon at the end. Okay, so I'm removing the semicolon, so there is it gonna give me the compilation error. So now if I do the compilation, no, if I do the compilation of the same file, okay, it will give me the error definitely. See, the error is, it says semicolon is expected. Okay, so it is giving me some this one. Okay, and it, see, dot class file is not generated here, guys. Okay, only the source file is there. That is the problem. And if you correct that particular problem, like for example, if you rectify this, correct, if you put this semicolon and then save it and then close it, and then if I execute the same thing, it will give you the dot class file. Okay, so if there are some compilation error, the dot class file will not be generated, guys. Okay, that is the main thing. Now, and the execution we have seen. So this is how you will execute it. Okay, this is how using the command prompt manually, and in the real time you will not be doing this command prompt manual thing for compilation and execution, guys. Okay, you might use for some other reason, but not, definitely not for compilation and execution. Okay, that will be done by your Eclipse or whatever IDE that you guys are using. Okay, now what Eclipse does for you is, Eclipse, as and when you type, it does the compilation. See, I have removed the semicolon, it immediately gave you this, what is that, compilation error. Okay, this is the beauty of uh, what is this, Eclipse. Okay, it does the compilation as and when you type. Okay, and it also gives you a lot of shortcuts. Say, if at all you're writing it on a plain notepad, you need to write it properly, system.out.println with s uppercase. Okay, here you will get a lot of shortcuts. If you type sysout and press control space bar, it gives you that entire thing. Okay, this is a shortcut. Okay, you type sysout, then you press control plus space bar, it will give you this particular so there will be a lot of shortcuts we'll be seeing. Okay, so all these shortcuts you can use. Okay, so basically the Eclipse or IDEs, whatever IDE that you guys are using, that makes your life easier. Okay, so you can concentrate on the logic instead of compilation, this that. Okay, so that is the idea, guys. Okay, but Eclipse does it, the compilation for you, okay, automatically. Okay, say the compilation Eclipse does it for you, but uh, I wanted you to show what is happening behind the scene. That is the only reason I showed you using the command prompt. Okay, but Eclipse does it for you readily. Any doubt, guys? Any doubt in so far whatever we discussed? Did I go too fast or anything like that? No doubt. Yeah, Mita. No doubt, is it? Okay, okay, fine, guys. Okay, and feel free to ping me or unmute yourself and ask me any questions that you might be having. Okay, feel free, guys. Okay, now, so always remember it's a two-step process. It's a two-step process. First, say you have example1 dot Java. You have written this particular file. Okay, you have to first do the compilation, guys, and once you do the compilation you will get example1 dot class. Okay, you will get the example1 dot class. Okay, and this process is the compilation process, guys. Okay, this is the compilation. Okay, and what you will use, you will use java c space example1 example mple exa mple 1 dot java. Okay, this is what you guys will going to use. Okay, now once this is done, this is called as source file, guys. This is called as source file. Okay, okay, and here this is called as class file, guys. This is called as class file, and this is also called as bytecode. Okay, bytecode, class file or bytecode. Okay, once you have this bytecode or the class file, you have to go ahead and execute this, guys. Okay, like you guys might know this already, but thought of if at all something is completely new, thought of telling you guys. Okay, that's it. Now once you have the bytecode or the class file, you have to do the execution. Okay, and for execution what you will do, java space example 1. That's it, guys. Okay, that's what. And here at last what you will get is the okay, here at last what you will get is the output. Okay. These are the steps involved, guys. Okay, nothing more than this. Only these steps are involved in Java program. Okay, execution of any core Java program. These are the steps what are involved. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, in the class one, I just showed how to uh, install JDK, nothing else. So let me store it in class 2 batch 25. Okay, compilation, execution. Okay, that's it. So these are the steps involved in compilation and this one. Okay, and as we said, if you're told you are using the command prompt, what you guys need to do, uh, if at all we are using the command prompt, we'll first compile it and then execute it. We have already seen that, and after executing you will get the output. Okay, and once you compile it, what you get is the bytecode or the class file, guys. And normally we cannot see what's exactly there in the class file. Okay, so that is how the compilation and the execution. Now you guys might be thinking, is this bytecode is in machine language? Is this bytecode whatever gets generated, no, this class one, example one dot class, okay, after compilation, whatever it gets generated, is it in machine language? Machine language means 0 and 1. Okay, 0 and 1. No, guys, it is not the machine language. It gets converted into the machine language while it is executing one by one, and that is what we'll be seeing. What is the architecture of JDK? Okay, we will be seeing the JDK architecture, guys. Any doubts so far? No? Okay, fine. Okay, feel free to ask me if there is anything. Okay, and this is not the machine language, guys. Okay, this is not the machine language. It gets converted into machine language in the runtime. Okay, now let me just close it. Okay, now when you talk about Java, they will say, okay, so you know this now, you know what is IDE, okay, you know steps involved in the execution of the Java program. Okay, so far I have not started the programming, guys. I have not even said what is int, what is float. Okay, so I have not started the programming. Okay, and don't worry about the programming as of now. I'm just trying to tell you the behind the scene. Okay, for today. Okay, for today, just the behind the scene. What happens now? They say that in the industry, when you say there is something called as JDK and JRE. Anyone, guys, anyone know what is the difference between JDK and the JRE? If you know, you can unmute yourself and answer. If not, I will go ahead, guys. Okay. Now here is the thing, guys. Okay. See, this information will not help us in any way when it comes to programming, okay, but it is something good to know. Okay, so here is the thing, guys. Say say we have something called as JDK. Okay, we have something called as JDK. Okay, it is like this. JDK is equal to compiler, and this is not exactly true, guys. Okay, everyone has their own explanation, and I like this kind of this explanation. Okay, compiler plus JRE. Okay, everyone has their own explanation regarding this. Okay, but yeah, that is the thing. JDK. Okay, now whatever we did, Java C space example 1 dot Java. Okay, this Java C is actually we are calling this compiler. Okay, we are actually calling the compiler using Java C. Now, one of the theory what I saw is, okay, there are various theories, guys. Okay, now here is the thing. They are saying this is your something called as JRE. Okay, this is something called as JRE, guys. Okay, and this is what we discussed at the JDK. Okay, this is the JRE. Now, and they are saying this is your compiler. Okay, this is one small part is called compiler. Compiler. Okay, now what is inside the JRE, guys? Okay, compiler will help you to compile any of your program. All of us knows that. Then what will JRE has? Okay, JRE has one of the important thing called as, okay, just a minute, guys. Okay, this part is called as interpreter. Okay, interpreter, PRE, I don't know, I'm not good at the spelling, guys. Okay, interpreter. Okay, and the second thing is JITC, that is just in time compiler. Okay, this is the thing, and try to remember this. I felt this, I got this explanation from some textbook or something, and I felt this explanation is quite, easy to understand. That's the reason I'm sticking to it. Okay, but there are lots of explanation if you see on the Google web, this that. Okay, now apart from that, I also might have some other things like, a command to create the jar file. Okay, so the command to create the jar. Okay, now Compiler we have seen. What is compiler we have seen? When we are calling Java C, actually we are calling the compiler, guys. Okay, and it does the compilation for us. Now jar, don't worry, as of now what is jar, you guys don't worry. Just understand that, jar is used, jar libraries are used for packaging, guys. Okay, packaging in the sense, for example, you have this some project. Okay, you want to convert this project, entire project, into a jar file, okay, or a war file. You might use this utility called jar. Okay, so don't worry about the jar. Okay, so packaging, and there might be around hundreds of different subsystems. Okay, there are hundreds of different subsystems. We are just talking about the main ones. Okay, now this is the thing, guys. Okay, you have to understand, what you have to understand is this entire thing is called JVM, and this is JVM is something which is one of the most powerful thing, okay, uh, that you can think of. Okay, this is the JVM. So JVM contains interpreter and just-in-time compiler, guys. Okay, this is the architecture. Now you know what is compiler. Jar, I just told you what is like jar, why it is used, that's what I told you, and nothing else I told you. What is interpreter and what is just-in-time compiler, guys? That is what we'll be discussing now. Okay, any doubt so far, guys? Any doubt? No? Perfect. Please stop me, guys, at any point of time. Okay, I'll be happy. If at all you're stuck with something and you need more information, I'll be happy to tell you guys. Okay, so feel comfortable, guys. So we know what is just-in-time compiler. We don't know what is just-in-time compiler and what is interpreter. Okay, I'll just take one example now to explain you guys in more detail. Say I have this, and don't worry about this, guys. Okay, I'm not explaining you the coding right now. Maybe from tomorrow's class we'll be starting it. I want you guys to understand only something which I'm telling you. Now we are just seeing the processor, sorry, the JVM architecture, okay, or JDK architecture, okay. Now, what is the full form of JVM? That is, if at all someone is wondering, it is Java Virtual Machine, guys. Okay, if you get Java Virtual Machine, and this is Java Runtime Environment, and this is Java Development Kit. Okay, okay. So just this full form, guys. Okay, so I thought of jar. I mean, jar is like a acronym. Okay, so they say it as Java AR archive. Okay, jar is nothing but Java archive, guys. Okay, that's the acronym for jar. Now I want to show you the main difference between interpreter, what is the use of the interpreter and what is use the just-in-time compiler. Say there is a program and there are two lines of code. Okay, I don't want to show you here. Okay, just concentrate here. This is the program. Okay, it has two lines, that is system.println hi hello, and then it has this. Okay, now say like that, after that you have int sum equal to 20 plus 30. Okay, I'm not explaining you guys any of these. Okay, I just want to tell you what is the difference between interpreter and just-in-time compiler, guys. Okay, let me just save it in the meantime. JDK. Now after that, say for loop. Okay, for loop, something I'm doing that normally in the for loop you will say int x, something like that. I am not bothered about the syntax. Okay, I'm just telling you there is a for loop, and in the for loop you are saying system.out.println I am from India. Okay, and after that again you're saying int something. Okay, sub equal to 88 minus 7, something like this. And these are the code, these are the lines of code which is there in your program. Now first what happens, guys, first you will compile this code, entire code. Okay, you will compile this code and you will convert it into a byte file. Okay, byte file, that is dot class file. Okay, the byte code they say. Okay, byte code. Okay, say this is the byte code. Say this is the print line. Okay, here, and this is the print line. Okay, corresponding to this. This is the for loop. Okay, and this is the print line inside the for loop again, and this is again something. This is again something. Okay, like this it is there. So this is how, say, this itself is your class file as well. Okay, class file we cannot see what is the content directly, that is compiled version. Now this class file will be given as an input to something called as JVM. This class file, whatever first compilation happens, after compilation what we get is this, right? I mean, we get something called as, 1 minute guys, let me open it. Okay, so what we discussed so far, the source file gets converted into class file. Okay, this class file, and this class file will be given to JVM, guys, JVM. Okay, this is given, entire class file will be given to the JVM. Now it is up to the JVM to decide who will execute. Okay, JVM is for execution of those byte code, guys. Okay, that is what is the work of the JVM. Compiled file, compiler will do the compilation, JVM will do those convert that compiled version into machine language, and then it will execute. How it will do, first it will see, okay, what is the first line? System.out.println. It will give this line to interpreter, guys. Okay, he will give this line to interpreter. Okay, this line also will go to the interpreter. This line also will go to the interpreter. After that, if you see, okay, it will think, okay, it is a for loop. It will definitely go to the interpreter. But whatever content inside the for loop, they will do, it will be given to something called as JITC, that is just-in-time compiler. Okay, the second part, just-in-time compiler. Why it is doing that is, say there is a bytecode. Okay, so this is the bytecode. Okay, this is also a bytecode corresponding to hello world. This is the bytecode corresponding to sum. Okay, what will happen is when it sees this for loop, so every time bytecode gets converted from bytecode, say this is the bytecode, that is dot class file, it gets converted into machine language, correct? So the question is, say you are doing this for loop, say for int x equal to 0, then x is less than 5000. Okay, x plus plus. So the question is, will you compile this entire code? Okay, that's system.out.println, not the compile. Will you convert it from the bytecode to the machine language 5000 times, or you will convert from bytecode to the machine language once? Okay, once, and store it in some variable, temporary variable, and machine language is, it's in the temporary variable, and that machine language you will execute 5000 times. Okay, so that is the question. So what they have, by design, how they have implemented Oracle JDK is, this particular part, this whatever repeated part will be compiled once. Okay, compiled once, and it is stored it in some memory location as a machine language, and this machine language will be executed 5000 times. So you are saving all those efforts that is needed to convert this byte code into machine language 5000 times. So you will not convert into 5000 times, since you are executing it 5000 times, guys. You will convert it into only once. So whatever repeated things, or you can say most of the repeated things will be handled by just-in-time compiler, guys. Okay, and all other things, okay, all other things will be handled by interpreter. What it will do, it will take one line, convert into machine language, execute it. It will take this line, convert into machine language, it will execute. Then it will take this line, convert into machine language, execute it. Take this line, convert into machine language, it will execute it. But JITC, what it will do, it will take these lines. Okay, so it will, JVM will identify that, okay, it has to be executed 5000 times. Okay, let me give it to the JITC. What JITC does, it will create a temporary variable. It stores that machine language in the temporary variable, and that machine language will be executed 5000 times. Okay, 5000 times. If at all you don't give it to JITC, what will happen is, this will be converted into machine language 5000 times. Okay, and it will be executed 5000 times. Okay, execution 5000 times, it's necessary, converting it to machine language 5,000 times, it's not necessary, because you're converting the same code 5,000 times. Why you're, you know, putting your efforts in that? Instead, do the conversion, that is, do the bytecode to machine language conversion once, and then execute it 5,000 times. Okay, so that is the main difference between your interpreter and the just-in-time compiler. Just-in-time compiler will take care of these repeated works, wherein it will do the compilation once, and it will do it will do the interpretation once, and it will store that machine language in somewhere else. Okay, but interpreter, it takes one line at a time, it converts into machine language and it executes it. Okay, this is what it is. So did I confuse you guys regarding the interpreter? What is the difference between interpreter or just-in-time compiler? If there is anything, feel free to ask me, guys. Confused? No? Okay, fine. If see, don't get too much, like what is JDK, what is JRE. There is nothing about it. Okay, and as a Selenium developer, okay, and even a decent core Java developer, okay, need not go deeper into this. Okay, but someone who is developing, see, there are different kinds of JDK. Okay, and most of the people don't know this in the industry. There is something called as Sun JDK. Okay, there is something called as IBM JDK. Okay, and there is something called as Oracle means now it is some Sun. Okay, Oracle JDK. Okay, I think HP has its own JDK. Okay, JDK. So someone, those who are developing these JDKs and all, no, okay, those they need to know this architecture of the JDK. Okay, but we just need to use whatever JDK or JRE what we have. We just need to use it, guys. Okay, that's it. So normally what they will say is JDK is needed to compile and execute. JDK is needed, but if already the compiled code is there, then only the JRE is enough. Okay, this is what they say. Okay, for example, if someone gives you dot java file, that is source file, then you need the JDK to compile it, because a compiler will be inside the JDK, and then you have to run it using the JRE. Okay, that is execution. But if someone already gives you the bytecode, you don't need the compiler. You can just use the JRE, guys. Okay, that is what they are seeing, and you can also believe that. Okay, to an extent. But let me tell you, okay, if you get time, okay, don't download JDK. Okay, if you don't have the JDK, okay, or if you have fresh machine, you just install JRE 1.8. Okay, JRE 1.8. Okay, JRE 1. You guys, no need to go for JDK. Just download JRE and see whether you are able to compile, and you will see that you are still able to compile. Okay, if you try to do this, okay, in most of the case you will still able to compile even with the JRE. Okay, so don't worry about all those things. Okay, that's because this was the initial idea, guys. Okay, but nowadays when they are giving this JRE, even if you download JRE, they are giving some essential parts which like compilation along with the JRE as well. Okay, but this is the actual architecture, guys. Okay, this is what you can think of. Okay, and there is nothing more than this. Okay, so most important part is, okay, this interpreter and JITC. Okay, and these two are there in the JVM. So most important part according to me is the JVM. And compiler, you guys know, okay, that's also important. This jar, okay, converting your project into a jar file, even if you don't have it, there are other tools like Maven, Maven is there. they have something called as gradles. Okay, so we'll try to see the maven. Okay, this is not too much important, guys. Okay, but this JVM is very important, and the compiler is very important, guys. Okay, so this is about the architecture of the JDK and the JRE. Okay, this is the difference. Okay, so JDK will not have the compiler. JRE, okay, JRE will JDK will have the compiler. JRE will not have the compiler, and JRE will have something called as Java virtual machine inside it. If you remove this JRE, that is Java virtual machine will not be okay. All those things you can talk. Okay, so it's a JRE is a sub part of the JDK. When you install JDK, JRE comes along with it. But you install JRE alone, JDK will not be coming. Okay, because JDK is a bigger package, guys. That is the thing. Any doubt? No? Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Okay, this is about the just-in-time compiler and the interpreter, guys. Okay. Now the next thing for us is to go for actually starting the Java program. Okay, to write a Java program, uh, how to write a Java program, what if I say int x equals to 20, string name equals to high. Okay, those things we'll be seeing in tomorrow's class, guys. Okay, and we will quickly move into maybe tomorrow's class itself, or maybe day after tomorrow's class we'll go into methods. Methods are very important, guys. Okay, methods is everything. Okay, methods are everything. Okay, so if you know the method creations properly, you are halfway there when it comes to creating, what is that, framework, guys. Okay, methods are very important. You don't understand inheritance, you don't understand abstraction, whatever I'm gonna teach you, fine. If you don't understand, still you can develop a very good Java program, I mean Java Selenium framework. But if you don't understand methods, guys, that is, we cannot go much beyond. Okay, like you can do some freshers kind of thing in the Selenium. So tomorrow's class, towards the end, we will be starting the methods, and methods will take considerable time. But tomorrow, the first thing what we'll be starting is this variables. Okay, so do you guys know what is int, what is string? I mean, you guys might be knowing, right? I mean, must have developed some program in college days or something. Yeah, string is just to store some characters, and int is to store some integer variables. Okay, so I will not be spending much time on what is int, what is string, all these things, data types. Yes, so that I might not be spending, but I will be spending which is really necessary for you. Okay, but any point of time you guys think that, okay, Vishal is going a little fast, or I'm not understanding, please stop me, guys. Okay, I'll be happiest to answer all your queries. Okay, so we have just seen what is compilation, guys, and what is the difference between, or what is JRE or what is JDK. Okay, and what is compilation and what is execution, and we have not seen anything else, guys. Okay, so that is it. So this is about the the Java architecture. This is the basics, and hope you guys don't have any questions regarding it. Okay, tomorrow's class we will be seeing these, what is that, mm, this variable data types. Okay, and we will not be touching all the data types tomorrow itself. We will be seeing int, string, boolean. These are the three data types we might be seeing. Okay, we might not see float, okay, or double. Okay, so these things we might not see in tomorrow's class. Okay, before starting this, I'll be starting something called as tomorrow something called as what is primitive and what is derived data type. Okay, this is what we'll be starting, because that will be a solid foundation for you guys. Okay, so this is it, guys. Okay, so what we'll be doing is I will be see, yesterday's recording has been uploaded. Whatever yesterday we discussed, we just did not discuss anything other than installing JDK. That has been uploaded. Today's recording I will try to upload by by evening, and you will have the record. I will be sending you the links once I upload the recordings. Okay, and we will be meeting tomorrow, and from tomorrow onwards we will be starting sharp 7 a.m. Okay, that is what we'll be starting. And any doubt, guys? And sorry Srinath and sorry Meeta for keeping you guys waited for today. Okay, I understand you guys were waiting in front of your computer for around 5-10 minutes. I'm sorry for that, but today, yeah, tomorrow I'll try to start at sharp 7 a.m. Okay, but this is about the basics, guys. Okay, any doubt, you can unmute yourself if you have any doubt and ask me any questions. No? Okay, fine, guys. Okay, so if there is no doubt, you can drop the close the session, and tomorrow we'll be meeting sharp at 7 a.m. and you guys can use the same link going forward. Okay, daily the new link will not be forwarded. The same link will be applicable. You guys can definitely save this, use the same link, guys. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mita.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Srinath. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Okay.
Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.